you used to do when you were a kid. Go sit in the grass. Go do something else. Just do something off kilter that keeps you young. And when I started, I just saw a bird acting funny. It's like he was just having fun, flying. When I started decoding, that was fun. I spent many years. It was fun. Everybody else was doing their round the mountain, working hard, and they weren't having any fun. And I'm not talking about fun foolishness. I'm just saying, just enjoy life, like that bird right there. A lot of these birds are just having a good time. But don't forget to stay young. The corporate system, the media, the news, the music's always trying to get you in. They're trying to program you to think like them. Create your own stuff. Create your own entertainment or whatever. You don't have to be like the world. Everybody's trying to conform you into their little box. You can, as long as you stay in the Word and stay in the Bible. Like this, I didn't even see that person just now. They must have just walked up. They're just sitting there under the tree. They're probably taking a break from their job and they're just sitting under the tree right there. Like when they were a kid. So when you do stuff like this, you're just sitting here chilling. I mean, it reminds you what really life is. You go into that corporate job, you punch the clock or sign in or just show up, and then you're there 8 hours acting crazy, trying to get everything done. And then you rush home and you do your home stuff at home and you don't take time just to chill. You know? When you really get into meditation mode and you cut the music off and the TV off, and I'm talking about I've cut the TV off for 30 years and I cut the music off from 7 to 10. I don't know how long. It's been at least 7 years, maybe 10. But when you cut the music off and the TV off, you see a whole new world. And you might think that's crazy, but I promise you, you cut the noise off, you start to hear from God. And just sitting here listening to the birds is more fun than anything on social media, anything. This is more fun, if you want to call it that. This is more relaxing and peaceful than anything you could watch on YouTube, anything you could listen to on the radio. It's just noise and chaos. And I've been doing this now for 13 years where I just chill. I don't even turn the radio on anymore. If I do ride share again, which I probably will, I might even do it tonight. I've just been taking a year off of ride share. If I do have an inkling, I might put it on public radio just to keep the noise. Like when a person gets in the car, hit the button, have it on public radio, and just play public radio at a low volume. Can't even hardly hear what they're saying, but it just keeps sometimes if you don't have that, it's just some people talk and some people don't, and it's just like a silence. But public radio is more of like it's just, it's not music. And sometimes it's probably classical music sometimes, but it's neutral. You got people in your car who are on the left or on the right or whatever, and you just have a neutral noise going on. And you seem to get more tips when you have that on. Usually I don't have any music, and most people talk to you, but I forget to put it on public radio before I start my car, and every time I do a ride, I forget to cut it back on. But don't forget to stay young in your choices. Somebody sent me a text today, and she was out there walking at I guess the bay. I don't know. I didn't Google where it was at, but she told me. But in the background, the picture was the ocean, I think, or the inlet or whatever. Pretty, a river or something. It's like, yeah, do like these guys here walking. Yeah, go. If you're working a job and you're in the office at lunch, walk around the block. Get into nature. Get into sunshine. Do something different. Go to the park. Get into nature, because the concrete corporate system is trying to take away your soul and your heart and your will and your emotions and your intellect and your creativeness and ingenuity. And somebody was asking me yesterday about how I started that mailbox business a long time ago. Who did I follow? I didn't follow anybody. I just invented it from within. If you have an entrepreneur spirit, you can just look over here and say, oh, there's a need. Okay, so all these cars sitting here, instead of them taking it and getting it to the car wash, let me just go over there and give them my card, and I'll wash all the cars and pull up and wash it right there in the parking lot. Really cheap. Because if you wash 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cars, and they're all here together, you can do it cheaper, instead of them driving over there and paying the money. You can invent business or a job like that. It's within. It's living waters within. But everybody's still in that box, and they think, well, how can I start a business? Just look around. Look at the need and just do it, by faith. You step out by faith. You can create a job and you can create money flow out of midair because people have needs. You could walk pets. You could have fence in your backyard and have pets come up. They pay to walk their dogs in your backyard, It's just easy. Easy. Just cut the noise off and just be creative. They're trying to take away your creative power. That's the whole game in that's the game of this whole setup. Trying to take away your creative power.